Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some WARNO action here, as we are into quarterfinals time. And we start today with Division 4, and then we have a Division 2 game later as well. And Division 4 in this best of 3 here is between Howler and Zugrex, and we haven't seen either of these players in previous seasons. But we have seen Zukrex in a previous 2v2 tournament, if I remember correctly. So it's their first season, and they made it into the playoffs immediately. And that's good to see here. The round 1 here in the playoffs, full of new names. The only veteran here, Drago Tanko and Sontiafel. And it's gonna be interesting to see how this all goes. Yes, yeah, these players really performed quite well. All these newcomers and the old ones. And I'm really excited here. With Howler being first in the group, Zugrex here being second, but both tied with the other spot, so not really any ranking there. And yeah, a really, really interesting match here between these two coming up, as we have Zukrex with 11th ACAF and Howler with 79th guards coming onto the battlefield. And we will have heavy armor combat here on this map. That makes perfect sense, as this is the most armored favored map in the map pool, most likely. You have big open spaces in the middle. You have big gaps between the rear zones and the center zones. And even around the northern zones, where you have a bit more talents in the zones, you can cut them off with tanks and IVs really well. So playing an infantry division on this map means that you basically have to rush, and that's why most of the time we see divisions like this on Vertigo. And yeah, 11th ACAF, the bit more aggressive division, especially since 79th lost the OSA. You can do a bit of an air opener maybe here as well in this matchup, as the OSA was wheeled, and wheeled means faster movement on roads. Now you only have Tunguskas, Coops, and Strellas, all of which are tracked, and that means they arrived later on the front line, so your forward deploy units are a bit more open for helicopter and air harassment, both of which you can do with 11th ACAF. So it's interesting to see what will come out of Zugrex here. LRS are coming out first here. Good forward deploy recon. That's on par with the Spetsnaz GRU. Both units pretty similar. An extra MG here. Slightly better AT launcher for the Spetsnaz GRU. So in the combat, the LRS would win, but the Spetsnaz GRU can help out a bit better against vehicles. Price-wise, the LRS pays extra for the MG. So yeah, gonna be interested to see if these units will actively fight. Both go to the center here. The ones of Zukrex with an immediate unload order. Everything else here on the other side is moving with move command and then the unload order queued. That's interesting. That Howler is going that way for his orders. As usually, yeah, you see the green arrows, but you can absolutely do it like this as well. Though it's a bit uncommon because it's an extra click. So all of these units have been clicked one extra, and I wonder why that is. That's why I love Division 4. We see people having a different approach to the game. And I'm not sure if there is actually a main reason, or if Howler just doesn't quite know about the unload on command with fast move. Yeah, but queuing the orders absolutely viable as well. I was worried there for a second that it was just fast move, but all is fine. It's queued moves there. M1A1 ACAF, the forward deploy tank, coming out here immediately as well. And that will be the heaviest point on the front line. The other side can face them with BMP2 forward deploy though. Well, up north we have a T80BV and a TO55, so heavy movement towards Delta and Charlie. That's always really risky, because capturing Delta and Charlie later on is a bit easier than capturing Alpha and Bravo, but if you give up Bravo early, you could lose these spots, and getting back through this gap here into Bravo is really, really painful. Getting back over the open field into Alpha, already not a cool thing to have to do, but getting back into Bravo when the enemy has units here, when the enemy has potentially even infantry in this forest, and holds this tree line, it's really, really painful. So this could be risky, as there are a lot of units here moving towards Alpha for the other side. Way less units for the northern part, though still an LRS going directly into the zone. I kind of expected it to go here, but it goes directly into the zone, and here we go. Action is starting, and it's business GRU. 3 of them. Maybe slightly overkill, as both sides have more recon units than normal units, nearly. F-16 coming around from the get-go as well. Could find the enemy helicopters here, an Mi-2 and an Mi-24 V-AT. And yeah, without the ULSA, protecting your helicopters in this matchup, a bit tougher as well in the opener. So the F-16 could be really relevant here, as the Mi-24T is out for blood here, trying to get some LRS kills. F-16 still staying defensively, so the Mi-24 might at least get one of these. Now the F-16 comes around. Now it's going in for the kill, but LRS gets killed. Oh, Mi-24 could have gone for the dive and hide, but it did fly on, so it got killed off. But hey, at least one LRS killed. F-16 coming now around, trying to get for the Mi-2. Here, this one does land. Good reaction there from Howler, keeping that alive. Spetsnaz versus LRS. Big fight in the middle. Both sides are two vets, so none with an advantage. MiG-29 comes in, gets the F-16. Big kill there. Mi-2 gets killed on the transport on the floor by the Bradley with the autocannon. And M1A1 is immediately getting involved here. Gets immediately the kill on the BMP-2. That's a big loss here. And Howler really underdeveloped there in the south. So this might end with a lot of problems, as there is a CV coming up. There is the M1A1. Business GRU gets pushed out of the middle. BMP-2 has to be really careful over here as well. LRS and Heimatjäger moving forward, and the Bradley is here too. Howler does unload. Heimatjäger get a shot with the Carl Gustav, and the Carl Gustav would deal a lot of damage there. So BMP-2 forced back. Modschützen have to be careful as well. No reinforcements for the south here yet for Howler. Whilst we have an AGL scout with a Humvee AGL coming up north. TADBV rotating towards the center now too, as the Conquerors goes down. Everything is starting to fall apart here in the south, so our player in red will have to get some units here ASAP, and they might arrive too late already. Modreshvetka here falling back, Jägers, CV, and M1A1 ACAF on the hunt. These flanking units from the north could maybe have an impact, though they have to be careful to not be caught out completely in the open. And Modreshvetka, Heimatjäger, and LRS moving around. Good hit on the TADBV. TADBV eats 4 damage. LRS has to fall back. And yeah, LRS and Heimatjäger here under attack, getting damaged. And carry over Warrior moving forward, going for the kill. I expected them in the opener. We didn't get them there, but they are here now. And that is dangerous for everything here in the middle. The Strela is on the same range as the Kiowa Warrior missile, so it could stop that. It's in a good spot at least. LRS will get killed off here in a second, but there is a Jaguar 2 now as well. TADBV has to smoke off. Good reaction there by Howler. Gets that alive. M1A1 here hunting the TO55. Not able to get the kill there, but the push in the south does work out. Now only Howler brings out the CVs, so didn't get a point lead out of the capturing of the north either. And the BMP-2 is around. Gets a BMP-2. The A-10 is out. Gets a BMP-2. Nearly gets the BRM there. Strela 10M pushes it back for now. MiG-29 coming back for more. Gets a hit. Gets the kill. No AA on the other side. And even might find the Kiowa on the way out. No. F-16 coming in now with the better missiles. The AIM-9Ms, 7Ms now with a good bit more range, those Sparrows. And not able to get the hit though. F-16C flying around, trying to find a new target. Can't find the Reshvetka here. F-16C flying really deep. A bit too deep there with Coops and Tunguska's coming up. And ooh, Howler on the other side though. Has to be careful. BMP2's not unloaded yet. Only now getting out. Jaguar on the other side. Gets stunned. But the LRS get a hit against the BMP2. Completely stunning it down as well. BMP2 has to disengage. And yeah, that's the issue. Situation is now in favor of Zugrex around here by a lot. TO55 in the middle goes down as well. At least the T80BV did survive up north. But getting back into this will be really tough. You kind of need artillery. Maybe need a flank through the center so that you cut off the reinforcements and then you push into it. But this is a troublesome situation here for Howler as Zukrex flies around with the F-16. Spotting around units. TO55 slowly moves forward. Heimatjäger under heavy fire. Takes some damage. And Tunguska slowly move up there with the coup. Could find some damage here against the F-16. Ooh, Tunguska gets a hit. Coup does miss, luckily for the F-16. And it stays alive for now, but will be out for repair for a while. TO55 and BRM1 have to be careful there. BRM1 falling back just in time as the Bradleys here. They are scary. M1A1 ACAF moving up north as well. T80BV there in a lot of trouble. And has to smoke off, but doesn't have the reload just yet. Ooh. M1A1 ACAF misses. Smoke goes out just with the reload there. Yes, there is a timer between two uses of smoke, even if you have them reloaded ammo-wise. And T80BV is lucky again. M1A1 actually does miss once more. Whilst MiG-29 dives for the UH-60, bit overeager. iHawks do get the kill. Cluster Bomber follows up on top of all of this though. And gets the kill on the Jaguar, but not on the M1A1, and does go down to the iHawks as well. Artillery might have been the better idea there. As 2 planes lost there for a bit of gain on the ground is not all that much. And yeah, more units here. Moving in, another T80BV IZD. TO55 could come around the corner, could get some kills. MI2 flying around. T80BV can come in from the north. BRM1K can move up here a bit to get some more damage. BMP1P Fagot rolling in onto the battlefield with Fagot M launchers. Cheap reinforcements here coming in for the 79th. But T80BV has to fall back. Smokes off. Me too. Goes down. iHawk coming up. Stinger and Heimatjäger and Mech Rifle Dragons coming in big numbers. T80BV with the ATGM moving in from the north. Not quite getting the kill. Onto the Dragon. Bradley is now retaliating, so T80BV has to smoke off again. T80BV IZD gets stunned down by the Milan 2. That's terrible. Gets routed. Can it break line of sight here in time? TO55 at least gets a kill here. Milan 2 still flying. T80BV barely breaks the line of sight. TO55 pushing forward, but has no good line of sight onto the Milan 2 either, and will just eat it, and with that likely die. Dragon team gets the kill there. So yeah, more artillery, more infantry here needed for Howler to actually see something and not just run into ATGM hell. T80BV in the north, at least still alive. This one being the key unit here that maybe could help out breaking the situation again, but more forces around here in the north for Zugrex, Heimatjägers and more Milan 2. Panzerabwehr Lenkraketen coming in. But we have Motorstrelki with BMP2 moving in here with an autocannon. Another one slowly rolling in. So 3 T80BVs. We have the M1A1 AKF now repaired on the other side. We still have a Kiowa Warrior. That's the only M1A1 on the battlefield so far though. So tank-wise, Howler now has the numerical advantage. Just has to use it efficiently as well. Milan 2 nearly gets the BRM1 here. Conquers has to find a space. Whilst Strellas and Coops here sit around. Yeah, TADBV, ICD needs repairs. TADBV rolling in. Motostraki slowly pushing forward here. Trying to get some kills against the Heimatjäger. Whilst we see TADBV firing onto the M1A1. Getting the smoke baited out. A lot of Motostrikis here now getting into the combat, but BMP1s revealing themselves here. And just getting shot into pieces. TADBV engaging the mech rifles, that's nice. Conquerors here in a solid spot as well. Not perfect, but can be annoying. Mech rifle dragons under fire too. All of that is great. TADBV gets an ATGM on target. Beautiful. 1A1 here. Slowly gets stunned down as well. Heimatjägers will get killed off over here. Nice. Good kill there. Ooh, BMP2 has to unload. Motostraki. BMP2 goes down over there. BMP2 over here. Engaging the stingers. Getting stuck. Motostraki slowly moving forward. Getting shot into pieces there by the M1A1 ACAF. TADBV in the north. Ooh, gets killed, hit by the TOW2. It's not smoking off. Oh, that could be the end of it. It finally goes down. That's a big loss. This flanking TADBV did so much work throughout the game. And yeah, what I was worried about at the beginning has come reality. The super annoying gap here. Trying to get back into that, especially without artillery, is so hard. And we only see the tank printer going on. And if you have good ATGMs, and that 11 AFCAF has with the Bradleys and the TOW2s and Milan 2 teams, and even on the infantry with the mech rifle dragons, you can just lock this area down. And then the enemy has to invest so much south that you can invest north and do a bit of an attack here, like they do with the Heimatjägers and Engineers. Heimatjägers down to 1 Carl Gustav, but the attack in the south is trying to push forward. BRM1, TADBV, all engaging here. Mech Rifle Dragon, trying to get the kill. Yes, they do. Okay, but the Jaguar is still there. TADBV IZD under fire. Smoking off in time. Good reaction there, but the TADBV over here might have to be careful. Oh, M1A1 ACAF is back. TADBV will get gunned down. Now the tank advantage is gone again. Only TO55 is currently coming out. The TADBV numbers have been reduced to only 1 on the battlefield right now. BRM1K here going down in the north as well. Motostralkis are coming up, but slowly. And the southern situation is developing favorably for Zugrex here right now. Getting more units here towards the area. CV now coming up for the north. Spetsnaz GIU can maybe kill that. And the reinforcing infantry could help out as well, but currently the situation there is somewhat critical here for Howler. Needs to get the control back of this area or find a way to push through the south. I think getting through the north is more realistic, as Zugrex, the Retretkas of Howler here have run out of RPG-22, need to reload soon. And there we go, MI2 here, flying over the things. Bradley's coming around as well. Slow movement here of the BMP2, immediately gets spotted by Milan 2 though. Trying to get the engineers, but does smoke off too late, gets killed off. Good kill there, and still no artillery. The lack of Guatstika artillery howitzers here is a big issue in my eyes. Like, that's the only way that over the long term can break the situation that we have here right now. That can soften up the spot that where the enemy has to have constant ATGMs if they really want to protect this. Like, you can constantly basically barrage this with artillery and you will get kills. And not doing that is a big mistake here. Just trying to brute force it into a phalanx of ATGMs, that's not the way to go. Especially not if the enemy also has some Kiowa warrior behind all of this. Like, this is not an efficient way. This is how you throw away any point leads you had. And that's exactly what's happening to Howler here right now. Whilst Motostralkis and co at least move on further forward to the north. Iowa Warrior going back. Conquers, getting around against the Bradley. Bradley does smoke off. And another BMP2 recon goes down. Me2 helicopter goes down as well. M3A2 over here did go down. Cowboy Warrior finally goes down as well. MiG-23 MLD. Not quite sure what its plan was. But with the Kiowa dead, it doesn't really have a point. And it gets gunned down by the Ihawks, just absolutely needlessly flying into that area where they knew that the enemy had Ihawks. And it's by now 3 of them. And still no artillery on the battlefield. And you have without artillery, you're just not getting through here. The enemy will have such a big stealth and positional advantage over you if you try to push this area without artillery that you just gonna throw away your points, like that TADPV right now. And that leaves you with too little on the battlefield to actually have a numerical advantage here to do anything. And without that, the situation here is going to be tough, as this approach of Howler seems to be stuck, pushing through this area, trying to get in there. And when A1 ACAF gets a good hit against the TO-55, likely he's going to kill it. There we go. And when A1 ACAF hasn't gone down yet, but TADPVs have died in big numbers now on the other side. Yes, there have been a couple medium value units on the side of Zugrex, but none really of the caliber of the TADPV. Zukrex only a bit clumsy with the air and losing the aircraft there that did hurt, but on the battlefield right now, the situation is developing really well for our 11th ACAF player here. Is ahead in points, so doesn't even need any kind of tick, and yeah, is pushing forward now towards the TADPV and the BMP2s. ATGM gets another hit against the TDBV. At least, finally, the Bradley gets killed in return. And 1A1 ACAF had to fall back for another repair. Finally, another Abrams comes onto the battlefield on Zugrex's side. Has been a long while since the first one has, the M1A1 ACAF has come around. Like, yeah, nearly 20 minutes with only one Abrams. Whilst Bradley's and Jaguars did the other jobs. M1A1 just there to bait shots so that you know where the enemy is and can move around them. Diego pushing in against Motostraki. Well, it's more Marder 1A3 Milan's come onto the battlefield right now. AH-1F Cyanide flying in here slowly, but just like the Cowboy Warrior, they have really nasty missiles here with the TOW2, and these guys even have a bit better survivability, but especially a good bit more firepower with the rockets, with the 20mm. Modvachvetka here, getting attacked, getting pushed back. Motostralki RPG-22, under fire too. Bradley has to be careful, smokes off. Cyanide moves around. Tunguska not in the position. M1A1 ACAF moving in now as well, and it really you can really see how little forces there are left here for Howler. Just too many units thrown into the meat grinder here, and that really makes this map such a dangerous one. Cyanide gets the kill here, and MiG-23 MLD there gets shot down. Modvachvetka have to fall back, get gunned down as well, and it's just once more only units going down on Howler's side here. More BMP2s coming in. Motostrelki's all for the middle, but the blue side has the middle already under control. And now with more M1A1s arriving, and yeah, that's Cav. Yeah, with more a second M1A1 arriving though, you can tank in front of your Bradleys, tank in front of your HGM vehicles like the Jaguar a good bit better. Sorry, trying to get the new supply there in time. Good kill there against the BRM, blinding them even further. Kiowa Warrior still doing its job. And it's just red units going down lately. It's pretty insane. TADBV IZD did reduce again. Has to fall back, has to recover. And the blue side maybe could just A-click here through the south right now and finish it like that, but obviously they don't know what we know. They don't know where exactly the enemies are. They might not have counted all the enemy losses, so yeah. It's easier for us to say than for Zugrex to just attack here. A1 coming out again. On the other side, we finally have an artillery piece, but it's coming in a bit late. It's firing against the around mech rifles. Rechetka here, chilling out on the top, seeing a good bit of stuff. BMP2s trying to hold the line together with the Conquerors, but failing to really achieve much there. And now we have artillery on the other side as well. M109 coming in. Gwazdika does miss as well. And I just feel like we are soon to see a big A-click here from Zugrex. Just moving all these units behind the enemy line, and that should even be viable right now. Yeah, BMP2s here, not really in a position to push without tanks of Motostrelkis out of their spot and the enemy having good infantry positions. So getting back in there into the center zone here, which I was talking about as a way of maybe cutting off the south, that's not gonna happen either. And without that, onward you go. You are cut out of this axis basically, and then you will suffer, especially if the enemy has 400 points advantage and only has to play that down. But yeah, Strela 10M there, getting overwhelmed, immediately gets gunned down by the Cyanide and the Cav. Well, it's the Mech Rifle Dragons here, trying to come outside, trying to hit some Tunguska and some BMP2s there disengaging. It's in the center, Motostrelkis versus LRS and Heimatjägers is going pretty well for the blue side again. The first attempt to retake the north had failed, but it'll be interesting to see what the second attempt will bring around. Especially considering how Pensacola here might move forward. Motostrelki BMP2s engaging the Heimatjägers, trying to get some good kills there. BMP2 under fire. TADBV IZD gets stunned immediately. Oh no. Oh no. Tries to smoke off, but the H1 Cyanide there gets the kill, and it's only one TADBV here on the battlefield, and this is in a best of 3. Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Where I would tap out, and that's exactly what Howler did here. As Zugrex comes in with a really, really strong show with 11th ACAF. Really nice W here for our player in blue. And yeah, Howler had some good micro there at the beginning. Like, I like the unit management. Really good for Division 4. That's why they are in the playoffs here. They just failed to like really grasp how tough it is to get back into that south, and they just took bad trades, and then once you have too many bad trades, the game just ends. because you're too far behind to get anything done. And that's exactly what happened there. When the TADBVs started dying out of the first trio without getting kills, they get smacked. And yeah, Zugrex didn't get panicked by some early air losses and so on, just kept on playing and did get rewarded for it here with game 1. But Zugrex, Howler's performance in the early game gives me the feeling that this could get another close game or two, depending on if Howler can win the next one, as they really seem to be decently on par when it comes to macro management and so on. And both did some really good movement there, especially for Division 4. And yeah, I'm all excited for that one. So we're gonna have a short break and then we're gonna be back with map number 2. It's a slightly longer break, guys, because I need to get myself something with coffee. go. 1-0 for Zugrex versus Howler. And we have an interesting game number 2 here, as one of the two new divisions shows up here versus Fifth Panzer, as Howler is Zugrex is playing around Div2&4. Div2&4, I like this division a lot. It has good artillery. It has a lot of spammable infantry and light tanks, old light tanks. It has a good amount of ATGMs around, especially combined with that res para commandos here that come in the Unimogs. So that brings a Milan in the 50 cal. Some rush power there, some spammable ATGMs, Milan 2s, Milan 1 teams, Spartans, no, strikers and so on. All of those stuff coming around. What's on the other side? 5th Panzer is a heavy boy. Leo 283s, Modders, a bit of a forward deployment there with Fenchbear and Luxus, and the Fenchbear actually are faster forward deployed than the other side because they come in 100 kmh Iltis. But on the other side, everything comes in Unimogs, which only go 90 kmh on the road. So the Fenchbears are actually the faster forward deploy. So we'll see if they maybe can ambush some of these units here when they try to get out. As some of them try to go really deep, maybe a bit too deep. I'm a bit worried there. We have a big 57mm Bofors coming around as well. In my deck review, I kind of missed out that this is actually a high caliber Bofors. Usually we see the big 40mm, but this is a 57mm Bofors. A really old vintage gun. And then yeah, CV coming around here. A lot of forward deployment here out of Zugrex. So far, not that many vehicles. What's on the other side? We have Fenchbears, we have Luxus, Alouettes coming around. And yeah, Martyrs moving all over the battlefield as well. So this could be interesting. And yeah, this forgot to save. Yeah, there we go. Div2&4 running onto the battlefield. And I'm really excited to see what they can bring here. As I have the feeling in the right matchups they can perform. I'm not 100% sure if this is the right matchup. Like I feel like Omen or so is more their kind of map, where they can go a bit wide, where there is a bit more forest area and still some town fights. But this here is maybe a bit too direct for it, though with their good artillery, it still can work out. I feel like though Mount River and Omen are like maybe the two best Div2&4 games. Like Dark Forest or Black Forest still has too much open space on long ranges where this division can only work defensively and not really cross it easily. No tanks of smoke and so on. But we're gonna see. Scimitar still being deployed. The other side seems to be pretty ready here. One Leo 283 from the get-go. That can eat up a lot of the light tanks if it gets the good engagement ranges and so on and just kite them. So a Leo 283 can be a massive force multiplier in this. But it also could just get bombed by a cluster bomber and then it's all for nothing. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Unimogs coming up here as well. Yeah, so much forward deployment. Bofors, no Eyehawks any? Oh no, we have an Eyehawk for the north. Okay. That's on the other side. Of there is Fenchbears and so on coming around. And yeah, the boxy clouds. I'm a bit sorry. That's the Vulcan system, but it's making the game more stable, so that I should have no freezes casting this. And yeah, Fenchbears moving around. Mado 182, Milan moving forward. Jaguar coming in here into the area between Oscar and Zulo. Maybe a bit overkill. Has a tow too. Though not really overkill. Can one-shot any vehicle on the other side. And here we go. Units coming in force. F4F. Immediately coming out. Though as there can be no helicopters on the other side. This F4F is a bit weird. Like there are no helicopters in Div2&4. Howler, not well informed there it seems like. Didn't watch my YouTube video about this division. Because you kind of don't need to open up with a fighter unless you expect a weird air opener. But then you don't need to buy the fighter right now, then you would have to bring it in a bit later. Like, Div Mob is not just bombing you blindly. Maybe with the recon plane and stuff, but yeah, no, not really. Fanspears getting outnumbered here by the SDRA 8 and the Power Commandos. Don't quite get in spot. Milan 2 in the south though, goes too far, gets killed off. 2 Unimog Para going down. 1 with the Commando still inside down here. And that means the Milan 2 here is in trouble as well. Fanspears engaging. Oh no, well, yeah, the whole deployment of Zugrex in the south goes completely south. But the northern part goes pretty well. Gets through there. Fuchs and Lux is dying. Fanspears is going down here in the north as well. So, northern part, big success for Zugrex. The south is a complete disaster though. So, both sides winning one town, winning the further away town from themselves. It's usually supposed to be the enemy town. And oh, the tornado! Bombing run coming in. How much can it kill? Power Commando going down. Eyehawk not able to get the kill. Tornado will be around to come one more time, but will be out for a while as it took a lot of damage there. Bofors will go down here. Milan 2 only weapon. CV still will try to get in. Maybe could just drive on. That could be a risky fun take here, just trying to go through X-ray. But yeah, the Bofors here will be gone in a second. Milan 2 trying to get around. Not sure if that will be all that successful. But the northern town is fully captured. So, interesting trade here. Mirage cluster trying to find the Leo. F4F AA coming out on the other side. Mirage has to be careful. But Eyehawk does rule. Gets a hit and will get another shot out. And might get the kill there. Yes, it does. Big air kill there. Now the Mirage can come around again. Could go for the Leo. Mirage here. Flying in lovely. As we see Unimogs engaging the Alouette here on the other side. Will get it shut down with 50 cal. So yeah, red side, nearly no control over the north. Blue side, no control whatsoever over the south. The Milan 2 got overrun. And now infantry has to unload way earlier here for Zugrex. The Provinciers have to basically unload immediately here. No. Okay, get out now. Just in time. Alouette comes around. Cluster, Mirage, could find the Leo 2. That could be a good kill here. Leo 2 not smoking off. No, it drops at the wrong spot though. Mirage dropping at the wrong spot. Doesn't get the kill there. And F-16A cluster will try to come around for another one. This one will get the hit, will get the kill. F-16 gets hit by the Gepard on the way out. But will make it. F-16 pilot there, making it out. Gepard gets the kill against the Alouette. Another one flying around over here. Gets shot up quite badly as well. But should be able to make it there. Unimog with 50 cal and Scimitar. Eating up the Pioneers that tried to get back into the town. And, oh, Zugrex gets a deep zone. +8 right now for Zugrex at Howler once more, just like in game number 1. Coming in really late with the CVs. A bit too late for my liking. And that might cost them here. They are up against a +8 tick here. They will stop it pretty soon. Like, at least reduce it to a +2. But, yeah, the 700 points, that's a big, big point lead. And the F-16 even might get the CV there on the other side. F-16 going for it. Roll-on 3, it's a important roll-on 3 hit there. That could have been a complete disaster there. At least the F-16A HE cluster will make it out alive. +4 now only, as the CV in the south finally gets a capture there. The northern one does contain it, but will go around 1,000 point or more here even for Zukrex before the egg has been stopped. And that's a nice lead here on 2 lakes, if you are still in control of a town fully. The Belgian, really beautiful Sea King here, coming in. Absolutely gorgeous model. Coming in onto the battlefield. And immediately gets shut down by the Roland. Getting a bit too close to the front line. And it's not the most agile of helicopters, but will survive, fall back to the Eyehawk position. Meanwhile, southern situation, not great for our player in blue. It should play defensively here. Yeah, Ultis Milan's Scimitars coming around all across. Got rid of the Leo 2, so no deep push towards Papa in the near future here at least, but Red is in control over this area. Though at the same time, they really struggle to get a foothold here in the northern area. Mater will fall over some Provinciers there, and a single one that, especially with stress damage, should loot us out against a Panzer Grenadier. Though it's too close for the Panzer Grenadiers to use their sniper rifle. Oh, that's annoying. Mater has to be careful there. Provinciers have a super bazooka. It's not a good AT weapon, and especially when stressed out, goes down to 27% accuracy here. But eventually they can still hit with it. Super bazooka reloading. That was missed there again though. And yeah, Milan 2's here, moving around. And really shows you how heavy stress damage reduces your capabilities here. Rate of fire and the accuracy just completely down the dumpster. Allows the Panzer Grenadiers and the Mater here to get the better out of this combat. Para Milan goes down. Ooh, Iltis Milan's though, coming around against the Leo 2. Oh, it gets a frontal hit. Takes 5 hit points damage. Has to disengage. Mater's coming onto the battlefield. Mirage Cluster sharking around again. The Roland 3 is still there. Second one would be helpful maybe. And yeah, Mirage could come around for another run here. Wild tick there for Zugrex with the rear capture, but it's not over here yet for Howler. They have supposedly the better late game here. And I feel like it's time for Zugrex to go towards the artillery play, as that's the only real late game scaling that you get with the deck. Your air is pretty decent for the opener, like these two strike aircrafts as fast aircrafts that can come in and just bomb something are pretty nice, but you don't really scale there. You have no seat aircraft, you don't have that many bombers that are good either, and you don't have air superiority fighters. So you will struggle there in the long run, as you can see here right now. Roland 3 being attack order onto the F-16. Ooh, big mistake. Tries to get a missile out against the Mirage, but it's too late. Loses track. No kill there. Mistake with the Roland there, with the direct attack order against the other plane. Trying to hunt it over the map. And yeah, a lot of ATGMs coming around. But a lot of ATGMs, but the Panzer Grenadiers slowly move on here. It's about to be time for Howler to try to set up a big Leo 2 plop, I would say. And just try to roll forward with that. Shooting anything up that plops up on the way. Like when you have 3, 4, 5 Leo 2s, or 2, 3 Leo 2s and 3, 4 Leo 1s, there's little on the other side here that can stop you. Especially if you combine it with decent recon like this. Iltis Milan fires its missile, immediately gets overwhelmed. All the firepower against the infantry here from these units from the rear now. Pretty good as well, and you have the artillery here to have similar HE output against enemy infantry positions, but it's not on the battlefield, and we have a +1 now for Howler. Maybe a bit overeager here with the CV, that could still be sniped, but yeah, it's only Provinciers here being spammed into the mix. Iltis and ATGM vehicles that are a bit out of position, and the Leo 2 does start to get some nice kills. Panzer Grenadiers have to be careful, they can't really do it on their own, but Milan 2 goes down there. Panzer Grenadier will spot the one in the north pretty soon as well. Yeah, immediately gets spotted. Oh, Leo 2 gets hit. Leo 2 needs to smoke off. Does smoke off. Good reaction there by Howler. Really good micro. Leo 2A4C coming onto the battlefield. 18 frontal armor. Even harder to kill here. Tornado HE coming around on the other side. The Eyehawk is there, but a little else. Gets the hit though. Does stop the push. And yeah, Tornado moving around. The weird shadows is the Vulcan mode. That's the cloud. It's the issue with the clouds, but it's the more stable version of the game. So yeah, I have to run it on this, as I had some issues running it on DirectX 11. And yeah, on maps like this where there are weird moving clouds, this is what the boxes are, unfortunately. Panzer Grenadier moving around. I tried to turn them off, but I can't do it. Marder 181, the twos, engaging the Provinciers. Leo 283 getting in there. And Leo 283 here still having to repair. Repairs maybe a bit too aggressively to the front line. Jaguar 2 gets killed off there by the Eclair Province. And yeah, that's a good kill there. South, completely static. So it's all about the northern pushes. More infantry coming in. Finally, a big artillery piece coming onto the battlefield. We'll try to roll forward. We'll try to get some kills there. Like, there's unfortunately no cloud button in the menu. If anybody has an idea how I turn them off, let me know. But I haven't found it in the settings yet. Whilst Pioneers moving forward. Provinciers coming in. Well, they just added Vulcan to the game. It looks better, as I said, in DirectX 11, but yeah, it is what it is. And the Grenadiers moving up. Marder 182 coming in. Vulcan, as they stated in the latest, is running a bit more stable, maybe with the crashes, but yeah, it's still in the test phase, so stuff like this is to be expected. Pioneers coming up. We'll try to get into the buildings. Marder 182 moving around to the north. Milan 2 there is for now unspotted. Oh, now gets spotted though. Can it find the kill? Yes, it gets the Leo 283 finally, but the Milan 2 goes down. Milan 2 is from the rear here versus the Marders. Get killed off. The other one out of it, or no, damaged, not out of ammo. Pioneers here getting involved. And it gets the kills. No, it's the shadows of the clouds. Like, yeah, it's the supposed cloud shadows that are moving over the map here. That you normally see as nice little cloud fields that are not as dense, but because yeah, there's something wrong with their polygons, it's looking like that. F4Fs here, getting shot down. Marder 182 moving through the south. Leo 284 pushing forward as well. Getting some shots there. STR-48 going down. Panzer Grenadiers pushing forward. Leo 284 has to be a bit careful here. But it's getting the job done from the side. Oh! Good smoke there by the Marder. Yeah, Leo 284 is not allowed to die here. Marders holding the flank in the north. A lot of Jagdpanzers coming their way though. But a lot of stuff here going down for the blue side, especially. Panzer Grenadiers finally pushing forward. Cluster Bomber tries to come around. Immediately gets pushed back by the Roland again. Roland MVP there. Does even get the kill. Important one. All Marders are off the battlefield though. The big M41 Jagdpanzer push is working. Maybe Howler overstepping it a bit before they got off the big plop. As more Marders come up now, but they only have one tank on the battlefield here. They are in the zone. And folks moving, having to go back. Leo 284 here. Sitting around. Trying to get some kills. Panzer Grenadier all getting the kill against the Jagdpanzer. Marders moving around. Panzer Grenadiers moving forward. It's in Vulcan now, not in the DirectX 11. Like, before or late, there was only a DirectX 11 version of the game. Now there's a Vulcan and a DirectX 11 version. And because of the NVIDIA issues with NVIDIA drivers, DirectX 11 currently is somewhat unstable for people with GTX cards, like 40 and 50 series. So the Vulcan one is the more stable variant, but it is still in development. And yeah, clouds are one of the things that are acting a bit out in the Vulcan variant. And on some maps, it's more visible than on others, and Two Lakes has a lot of clouds moving around, so they are really visible here. That's Grenadiers moving forward. Marder 182 pushing forward as well. And yeah, still artillery only now coming around, trying to hit the CV. That's a good idea. Finally, more artillery. Finally, they come around. Oh, with only one vet. Mistake there, Zugrex. You can get them with 2 vet for free currently. Makes a big difference. The aim time difference is insane. Especially if you put another CV up to them, they go down to 70 seconds aim time. But even with this, like, yeah, those guys here come out with 26-second aim time, not that bad, and big damage. This one here, trying to get the CV kill here in the rear. More Fusiliers coming onto the battlefield as well. Marder 182 from the north, getting engaged with the triple 20 mil. Triple 20 mil, trying its best. Marder 182 trying to push deeper. Whilst we have strikers pushing forward, M41s coming up. VLAN 2 gets supply killed there. And the 283mm coming around, trying to kill the Roland. Provinciers and Fusiliers going down. Yeah, free up vet is insane on these guys. Like, it's always good, but it's insane on these artillery pieces. Roland finally being attacked. Fusiliers and so on all going down now, though. The Martyrs did a good job. The Leo 284 is still around. The leader went down, but Leo 283 leader is being brought in. And all the tanks here got cleaned up on the other side again. Like, it's fine that you lose some units as the blue team, but you also have to get some kills. Roland kill there is important, but that's why you need artillery kinda in this deck non-stop and from early on, because that's kind of where you get your kills and keep up with the KD from. Your frontline units are not really doing that in the later stages of the game. They can hold your ground just by throwing their body into the fight, but they don't really get you the KD as Div mob, and that's currently the issue. Artillery is now here, but the KD might already have fallen too far behind on the front line, so that they're... Oh, the Leo 284 kill. Okay, maybe not quite. Leo 284 kill is big. Point lead is still there. Though if they lose the point, it will be a +2 with 21 minutes still remaining. That would be enough. And yeah, Fusiliers go down here. Pioneers overwhelming the ones in the north as well. Well, it's these guys here moving up. 283 coming in. As I said, I haven't found any settings. I have played around with the settings, but I couldn't find one that just turns them off. Scimitars coming in. If anybody has an idea what it is in the settings, in the WARNO settings, I'm absolutely happy to take them. Tornado HE falling back, but like without making everything else look like shit. Like obviously if you go too low a setting, it might fix it. So I'm not even sure about that. But then everything else would look like absolute dog shit. And we don't want to lose these lovely models, because this Walker Bulldog is absolutely amazing. And this little new shitbox looks really fantastic as well. There comes another plane. There goes another plane. Doesn't drop its bombs. Mistake there. Pushed back by the Gepard. Pilot injured. Provinciers pushed back. Fusiliers get pushed out as well. And there we have the +2 now coming up for Zukrex. And the Leo 283 now pushing forward. Second one here being around. Artillery does start doing its job. But yeah, it would be a bit faster both on reload and on aim time. So the shots would come a good bit faster if they would have another level of veterancy. Bit of a mistake there. But still, really good artillery pieces. Over 120 points. Leo 283 leader. Next target, striker. Ooh, engine damage already? Oh, Leo 283 nearly goes down there. Barely makes it out. Infantry is lacking now, though. A lot of Jagdpanzers, but the infantry is all dead. Provinciers didn't have enough military police around to be combat efficient infantry. The Gendarmerie came in a bit late. And that was a mistake there as well. Like, if in these fights you need one gendarmerie and then the provinciers around so that they don't get stressed out immediately. And then, if possible, a leader as well, so that they go up to one watt higher and really get the killing done. But yeah, all of that wasn't done here. 203, failing to get the kill there. Provinciers getting in. Will get the capture of the point again. Stop the take. But the advantage has shrunken and no chance of making it in the south here. Yeah, artillery hitting the wrong spot. HE bomber. Only one Eyehawk, but there's a Mistral now. Gets the kill. Bombs land though. Get the kill there against the Provincier. And F-16A AA comes around from the other side. Tornado HE coming in. Gets the bombs out. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it gets a lot of damage. It doesn't quite get the kill there on all the Jagdpanzers. That would have been nasty. F-16 and Mistral go down. And yeah, Jagdpanzer here now driving into the Panzergrenadiers. That's not great here. As Zugrex's M41s push through here. Trying to get forward. Panzergrenadiers sitting around on the other side. M47 coming in. Roll on 3 under fire. Two or three. Now trying to go for Leo there again. New CV is on the battlefield, but the infantry is lacking. SDRA 8 coming in again. We have a gendarmerie here around. Milan 2 still shooting out. Artillery could be ready to fire now, but doesn't quite know if the Leo 2A3 leader is there, I guess. Milan 2, scary for the Leo 2A3. It finds the Milan though, but gets hit. Together with the Aufklärer, it might be able to get the kill though. Jagdpanzer goes down. M41 in the north gets overwhelmed as well. Only 4 frontal armor, these things. Those are pretty paperweight tanks frontally. Not much there, but they're fast. Can move around quickly. Jagdpanzer in the middle goes down as well. 203 now know that the Leo 2A 203 know that the Leo 2A3 is there. Get the stun. And yeah, the next shot would have come out earlier and might have found the kill there if there would have been another vet. But still get a lot of damage there. Repair will come in though. The 55 and 55 could shoot here easily as well. Is now aiming again. Milan 2 moving around. Mortiers coming in masses. We'll try to get some damage onto this area as well. Leo 2A3s moving forward, trying to get some kill. Leo 2A4 on the battlefield as well. And the +2 would be enough here. That's the issue for Zugrex. The +2 is enough for the opponent. And Zugrex has no forces to capture the south. It's even Howler that might push for there. And they just lost too many things in the fights north before the artillery came in numbers to really do a job there. And they're likely not going to be able to push through there either. So that's a problem as well. Leo 2A3 leader here. Under attack. Good hit against the Mankat 6x6. Good hit there. Jagdpanzer 90 gets killed. Leo 2A3 has to move around. Two of them rotating here. Fusiliers and BDX pushing back the Panzergrenadiers. Panzergrenadiers trying to retreat through the forest. Under a lot of fire. One of them down. Second one down. F4F gets shot at. Milan 2. Okay, F4F goes down. Big smoke wall coming up. But the Leos are still standing and the Air Force is limited. Artillery coming around. M55 could go for new targets. There is not really enough to follow this up. They get around here, but at the same time, Papa is open now, and I guess that will be the end of this game. As the CVs will rush down there and get the kill, get the capture. M57 moving in on the way to get the rear capture. On the way there, trying to get it. Looks under fire. Gets killed. Milan 2 doing the job. And there we go. CV would have made it in. And Zugrex does surrender. KD in the end actually surprisingly close. But Howler had the better combined arms there. Had some combined arms left. And we have a real series, guys. And we will go do a decider game here. 1-1 situation here. My praises of Howler from game 1 were justified. Really solid combined arms push there. Not panicking too much over the north. They panicked a bit. They sacrificed a bit too much in the north, but Zugrex lost too much in the south as well. So it kind of evened out. Both they're having a phase in the game where they just threw units into the meat grinder and didn't just give up the zone when they should have. But yeah, Howler then finding the way back in. Zugrex not quite quickly enough adapting into a late game phase with Div and getting punished for it. So actually not KD-wise as much as I thought. Like I thought the KD would have been worse here, but I guess that's just Div unit being so dirt cheap. So you need to kill 3 for every Leo 2 or 4 for every Leo 2 that you lose. So yeah, in the end, GGVP here. And that means we will have a game number 3. I'm really excited for it. Let's go to a quick break, guys, and then get in here into the third match. Okay, guys. Game number 3. And we are on the lovely map of Airport. And we have Zugrex on the left side in red this time. Coming in with the 26 Tankovi versus a Knife Panzer on the other side. And Knife Panzer has a fantastic win record so far. 25th, not doing terrible, but 9th doing absolutely fantastic. And that will be a hard one to overcome here. Though 25th has a couple more long range tanks, but 9th has the T-72S with the better missile here, with the severe missile that flies faster than the similar hard-hitting Agona on the other side. So can move around here maybe and just control the field with the severes and so on. And yeah, I went through all shader and so on options. The only thing that would have changed it would have moved the shader to low quality, but then everything else would have looked like absolute garbage. So I'm sorry, guys. The boxes are to stay here, though they're not quite as fast moving on this map. So I don't think they should be as obvious here. And yeah, we have a lot of units moving around. One quick thing I have to put in though. Before we go further, is one more thing. And okay. Nice. I forgot that I wanted to do that. As we can now make cinematic moments in WARNO with one key click, as they added a hide UI button, and that will be really helpful to making cinematic looking moments in the game look even more cinematic by just clicking that away with a mouse key or with a keyboard hotkey. Really cool addition as well. Fusion really improving the quality of life big time lately, and getting us from the late 90s into the getting us into the early 2000s. Being able to deactivate all their custom made decks in ranked. That's beautiful. Having privately hosted servers. We're back in the early 2000s, everybody. Modded servers and all of that stuff. No, there is no hotkey assigned to it. You have to assign a hotkey to it. That's what I just did. Because I switched back to a version that didn't have the hotkey earlier today. And yeah, that removed the hotkey again. But yeah, that's the good part as well. It's not automatically assigned, so you can't just, by hitting your keyboard in a rage moment, remove the UI and then not have the UI around. But yeah, it's a really, really important feature asked by a lot of people, especially for single player. It's really nice as well. And yeah, MI2 header coming around here, T-72s coming around as well with the MEVs here. And yeah, one T-72S, big heavy tongs going for the side on the other side, big BMP2 opener, 4 of them coming out. And Coops and abusers coming in. Yeah, you should just play the campaign like that. I kind of want to see a YouTube video of somebody just, but the only issue is you can't buy units without the UI. If there would be a hotkey for like going through your tabs and buying units in your tabs, like you could make that with like, I don't know, shift numbers. Like shift 1 is logistics tab, and then next click in there is buying the unit on slot 1 or so. That could work, but unfortunately we don't have hotkeys for unit buying. I would love hotkeys for that. Not quite sure how to set them up, but I would love that. SU-27 here, out from the get-go. MiG-23 on the other side. You go to the controls and just set up the button. Yeah. You can just hide the UI by clicking one button. And SU-27S here, moving around. Trying to get some kills, and yeah. artillery, you just usually spot, and then you see where enemy shoots. And he just prepared those positions and then fired when the enemy moved back in there because he knew that those were popular spots there, Sanby. I hope that kind of answers your question. If not, feel free to go deeper. And Mi-24V here, AA, always really nice for the openers, shooting down enemy recon helicopters, but also will put other planes onto the map, trying to kill you. Su-27 though, comes out on top, but the next MiG-23 will finish the job here. Gets the MiG-23 killed. Cube and Biusa though should do the job against the MiG-23, but he's got the Su-27 for the sniper MiG-23 here. Getting the kill there on the play, on the way out. BMP-2 here in the south. Getting involved. So in the end, both sides losing 2 aircraft and being pretty even out in points as well. T-72 MUVs will move over, trying to get over the field. Mod Aufklärers pushing forward. Will try to get around here. The triple T-72 is scary for the middle, but the BMP-2's numbers here are pretty high on the flank, and Howler has to be careful to not lose the whole flank there. Zugrex coming in with more BMP-2s. Big kills there. Biusa moving forward. BMP-1 actually got hit against its younger brother here. BMP-2 being all blacked out after being hit by that. Next shot coming out. Doesn't get the hit there. Gets stunned down beforehand. Su-25 AT running in. Coming in for the gun run. Gets a missile out. Gets a kill. Next missile out there as well. And the T-72 MUV does bite the dust there. And T-72 MUVs on the other side have to fall back. Mi-2 will get gunned down here. Aufklärungs BMP-1 get overwhelmed by the BMP-2s. And yeah, the Su-25, great counter there. MiG-23 tries to get in there. Has to be careful. Coop gets a shot out against it. And it flies over the Biusa again. Will get sniped out of the air again. Seed plane from the other side. Coming in here with the next run. There is a Shilka. There are 2 Shilkas out. Missile flies. Missile misses. Second one misses as well. But the T-72S goes down on the ground to the Su-27, Su-25, and the T-72 MUV as well. So all the tanks killed by the Su-25 here. And that means stunning down the Shilka of the seat was still worth it. MiG-27 even going for the gun run and getting it with the gun. Oh no. Howler's whole opener got removed. Yeah, a bit too deep diving there with the MiG-23s. And gets absolutely punished for it. The Su-25 just murdering everything. We have another Shilka coming around. Su-27AA staying on top of everything. And Howler's forces are in shambles. Like, they gave up the southern flank trade-wise, only putting a couple of units there to be a stopgap because they wanted to win the center with the T-72S, but with those all removed, situation now in the south is in shambles too. BMP-2s trying to get the Motschützen up, but they now need some quick kills in succession here to actually have a chance of getting it back. But making a kill with what? There is actually not that much left on the battlefield. Mod Aufklärer might find a BMP-2 Rajvetka here, but will get gunned down afterwards. BMP-2s in the south running too deep as well. At least the Motschützen do disengage out of there. But Pulomachiki, the Motorsaki there, firing on top of it. BRM-1K goes down up north as well. T-72 M1 coming up, but there is no coops. There is no long-range AA here, so the Su-25s can come around as well. And yeah, Howler is in a lot of trouble here. Rajvetka BMP-2 got killed off in the middle. At least that one went down. Storm will be trying to get up here as well. Oh no, BRM-1K here under attack, and this one doesn't have smoke. Gets hit, doesn't get killed, trying to disengage. Motschützen falling back. More T-72s coming in. But still not a lot of AA here. And that means the SC-35s just can repeat what they did earlier, as long as that stays this way. And that's a big problem here. Mordschützen under fire will get overwhelmed. MiG-27K seat comes in onto the battlefield. Schilke moving around. Ooh, good stun there. MiG-23 trying to get around, trying to get some kills. SC-22 open up fire. Not really doing much damage though. PMP-1 goes down. T-72 moving forward, and yeah, the MiG-23 number is just thinning out further. CV capturing the south here. Not more moving towards the north. PMP-1 actually gets killed by the Aufklärer. Okay, so it actually is not a capture. T-72 M1 moving around, but there we have a surrender. As yeah, Howler just too far behind here. 1,400 points difference. That's basically the whole opener in difference here. Whole opener removed from the battlefield for Howler. And a W for Zugrex, getting the 2-1 lead, and with that, the 2-1 win in the series, as it is a best of 3. So we have our first semi-finalist for Division 4, and Zukrex looked really strong in these. For Division 4, that was hot performance. I feel like Magic Yang and Zugrex might be my favorite players for the playoff stage here. They both performed really hot in the group stage, so this could be tough. And yeah, if you get your opener punched like this, you can just get absolutely murdered. So opener didn't go their way. The SC-25 just punishing it completely there. And with that, Zukrex gets a W here and finishes the series. But doesn't finish the streaming day, as we have another best of 3 coming up from Division 2. Axis versus Duzy. So quick break, guys, and then we're gonna go into that. If you have any questions or anything, let me know in the chat. If you want to support the channel, consider leaving a like under the YouTube video, and following and subscribing helps out a lot as well, and also means that you will see more content coming up. Ringing the bell obviously on YouTube, and if you want to support me even further financially, maybe you have a Twitch Prime laying around, or you want to have some of the cool emotes. We added a good couple of them lately again, and yeah, you want to help me out making this closer to my full-time job. Just did my tax returns on all of that stuff. That does play a role now in my life, doing all of this financially, which is really cool. Thanks to all of you for your support. And yeah, Twitch Prime or YouTube channel membership goes a long way there. Is worth a couple hundred views each, a couple thousand views. So it's really insane how much of a scaling that is. And yep, with that said, quick break, guys. Then next series, before I ramble on too much about this. So here we go into the next series, where we have I Am Salt, aka Axis, versus AM Duzy. Shout out to AM Duzy. Covered a lot of the WARNO League on his channel as well. And if you want to see his perspective of this game, it is out on his YouTube channel right now too. So I will link that in the chat in a second. But yeah, AM Duzy doing a really good job there on YouTube as well. And if you want to see more WARNO in your life, if you want to see more WARNO League in your life, check out the channel. Give some love over there. It's in the chat right now. And yeah, we have a big meta division fight here, though not quite as meta as the patch before, or the patch before, but 4th Division and 5th Plane Day here, duking it out on Vertigo. A bit more of a 4th Division map, as they have the Leo 2s and the heavy tanks, but 5th Plane Day still has a couple of Predators around in the early game, though they are a good bit more pricey, so you don't quite scale up as quickly with them and just get the plop for free as you did back in the past when it was 145 points, like 165 points. They are a good bit more mellowed down, but you get Mephistos, you get MX10 with good hot ATGMs that can control the open fields as well. So, and you can really play mobile and agile in the early game, whilst with the 4th Division, you want to play a pretty mixed opener with some cheap units, and then you just want to scale into Leo 2 after Leo 2 after Leo 2 after Leo 2 behind an Eyehawk wall with some cheetahs, which are just buffed Gepards, and then a couple of MR10s behind that just bomb everything. Every 8 GGN position basically eats an M110 shot, and then your Leo 2s just roll forward. But question is, can you scale up to that in this matchup? Infantry-wise, the Dutch are decent, but not great. The Belgians are a bit better in my eyes. In both divisions, actually. Like, Div Mob a bit better than the new division, the CLKA, and 16th Belgian a bit better than 4th Dutch, because the infantry that they get in those ATG AFEs is a bit better. But yeah, it's still fine enough. The the French infantry is not that good against other infantry either. It's really good against enemy vehicles and infantry as a mix. Like, it has a good AT launcher and it has decent firepower. But yeah, pure infantry versus infantry is not really there. So should be interesting here. When we have a look at the division, at Division 2 here, some strong opponents waiting for the winner here. Nocturna and Ghost Dragon with really good records in the past. Ghost Dragon, a really well-known player from Steel Division eras already, and Nocturna smacking through the group, like absolutely smacking through the group phase. And then up here, Snow Wolfie versus Pasta. Gonna be an interesting meme fest. Both players here known for their wild strategies. And Bloody Knight and not MJ player, aka actually MJ player, guys. Surprise. Really strong, just constant players. Like, they play pretty standard mech, and I'm looking forward to that as well, especially then in the semifinal against one of the wild cards there. And yeah, that should be really exciting. But we got the action now, and we got a lot of units moving, and that's beautiful. Dragon Paras coming around, Eclairs coming around. So let's see. The MR13s with the good Ehrlichen autocannon on top, rolling in here, getting things going. BO105 CB. Just trying to figure out how much the enemy invests into the north. Disengaging now. One in the center. The classic Skiffic opener here, doing its job. KCT Werkcanners. Towards the southern part as well. Oh, yeah, I forgot to press save. Now we have that updated. And Mirage 200 coming in. Can hunt them the BO105. Cheetahs, flop, moving forward though. Stinger is around as well. Super Puma Commandos here on the side. That's an interesting one. Immediately annoying aim Duzy here. With some special forces moving through the forest. Immediately baiting out a reaction there. Panzer infantry has to come around, shooting down the recon helicopter, so the commandos also can't be just hunted down. Tow 2 here. Not able to get a hit against the Brennises, but they have to be careful. We'll try to get the M113s. Oh, actually getting involved against the Tow 2 there. Tow 2 a bit too close. Smoke does come out. Tow 2 not getting the kill. And should just disengage there. And try to run away. Leo 2A4 there on the flank. Gets a shot out. Gets a good hit, but doesn't get the kill. And next smoke will solve the situation. Leo 2A4C with the 21 pen main gun. Absolute beast of a tank. Has to be careful though not to overextend. Side shots can murder Leo 2 at any moment in time. That's always the risk with these German mobile gun platforms. Gets another good hit. Brennis goes down. Leo 1NL follows it up. Good reaction there. Getting out of there. Getting repaired. Self overwhelmed by Duzy as well. Pushes on there. Commandos actually not going deep. Yeah, realizing that they most likely have baited out an enemy reaction. Now being used as a semi recon here. Intercepting the line of sight there. MX-10 moving around. And Infantry Dragon investigating what happened there. Why the YPR just exploded. ACT Vercanners. Those have GSRs. Fantastic recon here to spot anything coming in on the reinforcement road. And yeah, our player in blue disengaging. Salt falling back. YPRs getting engaged against the infantry. Smoking off in time. Duzy there not getting hit. Gazelle Hots flying around. MX-30 B2 Brennis coming around. Moving forward. Ooh, shot flies by. More YPRs coming up. No real engagements in the north. Next, KCT Vercanners moving up. More 13 moving around. YPR gets shot. And maybe a bit little recon here in the center. There is a KCT Vercanners. It didn't move up though. I feel like it should just be here right now. Like that's a bit weird that this one just stayed behind when everything else in front of it moved forward. And I guess all the other recon units are here. That's 3 recon units, but they're all a bit too much on the same spot. VLA 50 cal actually just running down the BO105 there. Just getting some shots out here. And the little boy has to fly back. Does make it out without too much damage. Tanks over here get resupplied. And more 10 moving forward. We'll try to get around. Chasseurs could get under fire here. We'll try to get a repair onto all of this. Oh, good kill against the good damage against the F-16. And the F-16 pushed back. And more 10 moving forward. Good kill there against the KCT Vercanners and transports. I'm usually trying to get more CVs forward. Gets punished a bit for it. And these VLAs is an annoying spot. Could find the MR10s. MR10 is slightly better at the artillery on the other side, though. The autocannon AMX L1 are pretty good as well. Oh, Duzy, they're moving out of the building a bit too quick. Trying to get closer to the AMX-10 RC. And letting the HGM whiff. And now it's too close to actually engage the AMX-10 RC. A bit annoying there. A bit unfortunate, as they gave the order before they spotted the AMX-10 RC there. Tow 2 moving around. L1 NL pushing forward. Trying to find a shot against the MX-1. That now disengages. Big tank blob here, pushing against Leo 1NL. Have to smoke off. a classic Lapen smoke there. Just a panic smoke. Everything does the smoke, but supply is there to get them back. So it costs you a good amount of supply to do that, so not for free for sure. Actions like that. Layer 1 NL in the center though. Gets smoked by the MX Hot. Yeah, investigating on its own. Not its job. And commandos here. Still being annoying. Oh, Toe2 gets bombed. And the Stinger doesn't quite get the hit. The Cheetahs do good damage, but don't quite get the kill. Starts to get a bit annoying here. MX10, M110 should get some shots out. VABs goes down. Leo 2s, or the one Leo 2 that we currently have, could get around. And that's a bit risky here that we currently only have one Leo 2, as the other side has 3 tanks and 2 MX10s, one of them being a strong one. Toe2 here is nice. Finally, the commandos in the rear have been destroyed as well. We have a couple of YPRs. Around 2. M113 goes down though. And 2 M110s instead of a second Leo. Bit risky, but if they fire now constantly, for example, onto the MX10 hot situation here, that could pay off quite quickly. Potentially also into the south here. Like these guys just constantly firing now could be quite big. CV finally coming around. ATGM gets a hit, but not, or gets a near miss here rather, but not quite a kill against the MX10. As a direct hit with the Toe2 would have been a kill. And there we go with the AV1 from the other side. Not really hitting anything. The R2 did rotate around beforehand. And yeah, Terry now going for the spot where the MX10 RC is. Though one of them only, but that gets the kill. MX10 hot is a bit further back, so that will stay alive. And yeah, P4, PC finally being able to rotate around to the north. MR10 slowly moving forward. TRM 2000 supply truck gets toe-tooed in the south. MR13 there coming around. KCT Vercanners getting bullied. MR13 maybe could come around. Vivid's Erlikon, but has to be careful. Chasseurs have a long-range AT weapon, so you can't just run into it. That's too close. Yeah, M2Z realizing that as well. Still in range though. Chasseurs do stop and do get the kill. And that's a terrible situation now, because the KCT Vercanners can't stop the Chasseurs on their own. So they maybe should have fallen back here. The Toe2 also in danger now. And nothing else can help out, and the Toe2 would be a big loss. Got 5 points cheaper, but it's still, you only get 3 per card, and it's still 95 points. So losing that would be painful. And more 10s. Ooh, coming around on 2 targets. The one in the south gets a kill. TRM 2000 supply truck targeting was nice as well. Roland 3 here might get a bit more damage. Gets the TRM 2000. Nice kills there. And more 10s really could carry this game long term, though MX of ones are 2 now as well. Going for the iHawk on the other side. As the Eclairs there have a great spot. Second Leo 2A4. Third Leo 2A4 now. On the battlefield. iHawk will try to load back in. Will get back in, but still likely die. There we go. iHawk bites the dust. Wheeler A 50 cal at least finally goes down. Eclair could be found there as well. Panzer Infantry desperately trying to help out against the Chasseurs, but the Toe2 likely gonna go down beforehand with the sniper rifle here. The damage output just a bit too high. There we go. Oh. I didn't know Toe2s could have a turret pop as well. That's the first time I see that. Okay, turret pop on the launcher. Panzer Infantry here. Moving forward. And KCT Vercanners sitting in the middle. MX10. Oh! Has to smoke off. MX-10 from the north, pretty dangerous. Oh, gets the YPR. Annoying kill there. Jaguar HE coming around now as well. Goes for the kill in the center. Cheetahs, not quite numerous, but it doesn't drop its bombs here. So Jaguar most likely have to turn back. Likely gonna get stunned down before it can drop its bombs now. Especially as there's a cheetah for its flight pattern in the rear. Oh, it goes for the MR10s. MR10s only now start moving. And one gets cut down. Important kill there. Stinger. Can it get the kill? No, cheetahs can't get the kill on it either. Oh, that's a big loss here for Duzy. Really tough one. Really annoying one. MR10 run there. Really, really good. Leo 2/4 and Leo 1NL coming forward. Chasseurs going down in the middle. Leo 2/4C gets a hit against the Apprentice. 3 tanks here have to come around. Milan 2 does get revealed. Will get good damage if it gets a hit though, even afterwards. But yet Leos can overwhelm it. And we have a decent number now with 3 of them on the battlefield. CV situation still not great. KCT Verkenners on the way. Oh, good disengagement there with the Milan 2. Leo 2's on the hunt. Jaguar HE coming around again. Will bait out some cheetah fire. Stinger fire. Cheetahs getting involved again. The one over here not having the best line of sight, but the Jaguar HE there goes down. So, without getting anything killed. That's an important kill there. +2 in the north for I Am Salt. And I Am Duzy has to kind of break that. Could swing north now, but obviously that would be still risky for the south. Milan 2 sitting around. Cheetah pushes forward, gets the kill. KCT Verkenners sitting around here. YPR gets some shots out, gets some damage. MX of 1 trying to get around, trying to get some kill. Panzer infantry under fire. Leo 2/4s and Leo 1NL moving towards the front line. Milan 2 under fire. Good hits. Oh, really good hit against the Leo 2 there though. Spalling crit, dealing a bit of extra damage. Leo 2/4 trying to find more kills. MX hot, gets sniped. Units pushing forward. And hey, Sneaky Black Guy, thanks for the tier 1 sub. And also thanks for revealing that El Bowser here is sneaking in the chat, is lurking. And sneaky there. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the 1 gifted sub. YPR coming around in the north. Getting some engagements in. Slowly moving forward. Eclairs being pushed back. KCT Verkenners might get under attack as well. F-16AA just chilling out there. Okay, no kills there. Well, it's the MX of once. Ooh. Nope. They will find some damage, but the Leo should be able to disengage. Moving to the side, yeah. Leo 2/4 won't go down there. Literally not quite on target. But yeah, the M110 on its own, it can't kill tanks anymore. Like a salvo of these usually can kill an MX of 30. A single one has to hit really well to do that. And that's a big limitation. It still can kill off Milan 2 teams or so with 1 salvo. But a big limitation there that got killed. Important run there from the side. Running around the cheetahs. HE bombers now coming in from the other side. Cluster bomber gets a good amount of damage there in the north. HE bomber comes around, gets a Roland and a hot, but 2 planes going down, cluster and HE bomber going down. And as it is a small cluster, it only has 2 small cluster bombs. It can't kill a full plop, but it gets an AMX 10 there and gets a good amount of damage on the other one. But that's kind of where you want to follow up with the rest of the units moving forward. Though all of these layer 2s are slightly damaged, so it's a bit risky. Still might be worthwhile pushing right now, but obviously always feels wrong pushing forward with damaged layer 2s, as they are so expensive, so using them there could be punished. And yeah, I understand why they stay back for now. Still should repair a bit. No, not really, as there's too much supply units on the other side. They won't repair faster. KCT Vercanners get sniped there by the AMX-1. AMX-1 now aiming for the south. YPR gets some shot out. We'll have to push forward. And yeah, this whole formation will have to get moving here eventually. +2 for the enemy. You can't leave that open for forever. Artillery now goes for counter battery. These guys are not moving. So the MR10 could find some damage, maybe even some kills. Gazelle Cannon and Chasseurs go down as well. Artillery gets a YPR, but that's not that big. Gazelle Cannons all go down. Artillery gets a kill against an AMX-1. Important counter battery. Now this one is neutered as well. AMX-1's not able to one salvo kill in layer 2 now. Oh, so both sides a bit limited now in their artillery play. Important counter battery, punishing the lack of movement there on I Am Salt's side. And yeah, this wall now should move forward. Though not having the KCT Vercanner in the center anymore is an issue. Milan 2 getting bombed there, getting killed. Roland trying to get a kill, but the Starfighter makes it out. F5 disengaging. Freedom Fighter, I meant, by the way. Starfighter is the F104. But yeah, F16A on the other side, chilling out there. YPR, really key here. I love the Dutch autocannon vehicles. Slowly but surely gunning away onto the enemy. Whilst we have Jaguar HE and Jaguar Seed coming in. Oh, Jaguar Seed gets the kill there against the Eyehawk. The Jaguar HE goes down though, so the Jaguar Seed success doesn't really matter that much, as maybe there's still a Jaguar cluster around, but both Jaguar HEs are down, so those are the key attack aircraft. So with both of those going down, the Seed getting the kill on the Eyehawk, not as important. Eyehawk not that good against these Gazelles, that's what the cheetahs are for. And yeah, 3 more Leo 1s here coming in. So the big tank blob should be ready. Should move out soon here. Artillery on both sides currently standing still, no usage there. Let's push forward. Leo 2A4 getting engaged into the battle here again. Milan 2 getting a kill there. Nice one. Whilst we have MX-30 Prentices now in big numbers on the other side. But the Leo 2A4s outnumber them. Or no, unequal number and outscale them. Leo 1s should get involved here maybe as well. MX is smoking off. You don't want to push too close there with the Leo 2A4s though. One falling back. Leo 1NL and YPR here getting involved in the south against the Chasseurs. Have to be careful though. Oh, getting too close now. Immediately eating it. YPR needs to move back there. Chasseurs get another shot off. Get another hit. F16 cluster. That one has a bit more cluster bombs. Gets a decent run. Gets a Prentice kill. But gets shot down. Jaguar Seed comes around above all of this. Leo 2A4 Trying to find some kills. And YPRs and Leo 2s moving forward here now. Grandia Voltageers getting some damage in. Jaguar seeds do keep on running in. So that's the moment where you just turn off the cheetahs. That's what happened. Stinger gets some shot out, but obviously will struggle to hit a seed plane with 50% ECM. In the meantime, MX-10 hot here from the side. Trying to get some shots off. MX Prentice goes down. Only 2 remaining. MX-10 hot goes down. Oh, Gazelle from the side here. Gets the side shot. Leo 2/4 does explode. Cheetah turned on. Moving forward now. Gazelle Cannons will get shredded in no time there. But the next Leo 2/4. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, does turn. Doesn't get hit. That would have been a disaster if the second one here would just have been popped. The Leo 2/4 in the northern flank, that died though. That got exploded over here. So it's only 1 remaining right now, but a lot of blue units going down as well. Cheetah not quite getting the salvo off that it needs to get the kill there, as the Cheetah also still pretty stressed out. We have a big push coming through the center. We have another Leo reinforcement being in here. MX, the MR10 here now, getting involved against the Milan 2. Next Leo 2/4 coming up forward as well. Seed plane getting its seed missile out. Cheetah gets shut down. Stinger gets a hit. Cheetah does get a bit of damage out there, but won't get the kill. As the Stinger here now also gets a shot against the Super Pumas. Only dealing damage though. YPR gets the kill against the Milan 2, but goes down for it. Still a worthwhile trade. 45 versus 65 points. Jaguar AT, still a thing though. Trying to hunt down the YPR. Stingers and Cheetahs. Trying to push it back. Cheetah gets a bit of damage on it, but not all that much. And the Jaguar trying to come around for another shot here. Flies a bit too deep. Flies over the Stingers again. Flies over the Cheetah. 1 Stinger goes down though. More AA needed on the front line now. North still captured. 1000 point lead here for our player in blue. Duzy not yet in here, and that's a problem. Leo 2/4B. Oh, MX-30 moving in there too quickly. Gets spotted. Gets taken out. That's big. This is only a B2. Those are not Prentices anymore. Those are only 17 damage guns now. The Brennus with 19 damage is a lot more potent against the Leo 2/4. And now those will struggle to actually find kills here. MR10 once more with the counter battery. But yeah, MX-1 will keep rotating now. The Commandos getting into the real line here though. That could be nasty. LRAC moving forward. Both sides have taken a lot of losses lately. And yeah, Vacaners gets shut down. Commandos here raiding the real lines, and the Dutch, they don't get any attack helicopters in this division that could attack these commandos. They get a lot of heavy forces on the ground, but they don't get the flying formations. They don't get the lovely helicopters to actually attack units like this. BO-105 coming around. MX-1 gets the TOW 2 killed. More 10 on the other side getting involved. A lot of infantry coming in on YPRs to allow these pushes. The north is super lightly defended, so Duzy, if they win the south, they could immediately swing north and capture all of this, but they need to win the south first. That's the big problem here, and the tick is still going on. +4 tick can save all of this easily in no time, but it has to get there. Not no time, and especially as the tick is getting faster, but can change it. F104, no, F5 with rockets coming around, but the commandos did move out to the side. F5 doesn't miss that, and Roland's getting involved. Roland's getting the kill here, as this one will crash into the mountainside. Chasseurs trying to get in there as well. MR10 getting involved. Jaguar actually shooting down the helicopter there as the Stingers had to be reloaded. More cheetahs will be coming up. Immediately getting involved there. BO-105s all getting shut down. It's pretty annoying. Mar-10 getting involved against the Rolands. Getting some good damage in there, but no kills. And we only have 2 Leos on the front line right now. All the BO-105s going down as well. Next Leo coming up. Cheetahs pushing forward. F-16 a bit late. Not gonna get the kill there. So on the other side we have 3 AMXs, 4 AMXs, soon 5 and 6. So you might want to get involved there again to get some kills against these guys. Chasseurs getting overwhelmed by the autocannon and the Leo 1NL. The Dragon Para over here getting some snipes. Panzer infantry not seeing the recon infantry. Seat coming around again. Forced back. F-16 not able to follow. 2 YPRs get shut down by the commandos there again. That's annoying. Tank push coming out now out of Duzy. MR10. Ooh, aiming onto a good spot. Gets the commandos there most likely killed. And damages one of the MX-30s. That's a good start. Commandos need to be overrun there. F-16 flying around. These Dragon Paras don't have AT weapons, so the YPRs can just run them down. Leo 2A4 pushing in deep, getting involved here. And as I said, on long range, these AMX-30s don't deal much damage anymore in these fights. Chasseurs can get involved though. They can deal still some decent damage. Smoke goes off there. And there comes the side shot. AMX-30 immediately gets punished. Chasseurs get overwhelmed by the YPRs. But MX-30 with the side shot there, getting the kill with the close range shot, where they deal a good bit more damage due to how range scaling works in the game. Closer you are, the more damage kinetic weapons do. Leo 1NL falling back. MX-30 goes down, but AMX-10 still around there. Jaguar AT gets pushed back, gets heavily damaged. Seaplanes trying to come around. YPRs. Ooh, could find the Rolands. That would be a big one. Or just any reinforcements. That's a good movement there. But 1,500 points now for the other side. Cheetahs and Stingers getting involved now. Getting good damage of the first seaplane. Likely gonna get it killed. Yep, there it goes. Jaguar AT coming around for another run. HE planes here with terrible AM9Ps against the Jaguar seat. Both sides not really good at that. Leo 2A4 goes down on the front line though. Other ones getting repaired. MX-30 goes down as well. The YPRs in the middle there go down too. The ones in the south get on the MX-30. One of them goes down, but another one gets an important kill there. 10 minutes remaining. Still a +2 here. Duzy needs the full defeat of the French now. The French still can print AMX-30 B2s. Nearly 2 a minute. So that's still pretty scary. That's still the power of the 5th Blindé. They don't quite have the high end, but they have the armored numbers. So you have to be careful there. YPR should be able to get the AMX. Yeah, the Gazelle hot there. Kill on that one. F5 here with HE bombs could be used. And yeah, that Duzy never probed the north was a mistake in this, as they could have easily overwhelmed this. I'm Salt getting away with basically having nothing up there. And F5 here, getting on top of the Jaguar seat. The Jaguar seat on the way out still gets a cheetah, unfortunate. But at the same time, AMX-30 in the south gets gunned down once more by the Ehrlichen from the side. Panzer infantry with Carl Gustavs moving in here now as well. The F5s come in with bombing runs. Rolands do their drops. And we missed there. And hey, Captain Adonis, thanks for the raid. Well, it's Leo 2s and Leo 1s push forward. Assure's still in the way there. Leave it. Thanks for the follow. As we have some lovely Leo 2A3 action here now. These two tanks pushing forward. Leo 1 and Leo 2 pushing through the area. MX-30 overwhelmed. Panzer Infantry trying to push in front of this. Jaguar is scary, but gets pushed back. Stingers helping out there. Chasseurs get another shot into the front armor of one of the Leos here. Leo 1NL gets involved, gets a kill against one of the VABs. Panzer Infantry here can help out from the side. Leo's finding the wrong targets here. Oh, and the artillery is perfectly aimed. Pre-aimed. Gets the Leo 2. Oh, that's pain. The Leo 2s get the kill there, but the Panzer Infantry would have gotten this. These two were the ones that you were supposed to kill. And these two haven't fallen. Panzer Infantry gets a good hit there with the Carl Gustav. Can they get a second one? No, they can't. Leo 2 and Leo 1NL falling back. Maybe should still stay around to help out with the fight. Capture is coming around, but smoke is running out. And the CV MX-30 is still here to recapture the point afterwards. This needs to disengage. These should stay around for the fight. The other tanks, there's no other tanks here right now. The Leo 2 should still win the fight, especially if the YPR gives a 2-vet. Enemy MX are super scared out as well. And yeah, this is an issue. Grenadier Voltigeurs pushing forward. Get the kill there. And yeah, Leo 2A3 leader coming up, YPR leader, but it's so many points by now. You need the +8 here now to turn this around. And we have never probing the north and giving that so long for free. It's struggling. The over focus, the hyper focus on the south, getting aim Duzy here. The fear of ever directing any forces north. And they had the angle here. Like, with the control of the middle, you have the angle to push in here. But they couldn't really take the moment to do that. Obviously, always a bit scary, as you also open up yourself a bit when you go north. But absolutely would have been worthwhile here. And with that, the situation here is getting out of hand. Milan Totu coming around, trying to find a hit. Panzer Infantry here could push further forward, but there are not enough. There's not enough time, even if points get captured here now, to get the point lead back here. So I'm Salt will get this game number 1 with only 5 minutes remaining. Even with a +8, you wouldn't really catch this up. And Vercanis AT get the kill there. F16 HE coming around. Get shut up. Mistrals coming around. HE goes down. Mirage moving up. Cheetah Stingers can't quite find the kill there. Leo 2s getting a lot of kills here in the center south. So KD should be pretty close. But yeah, the +2 from the north getting it here for our player in blue. Southern point likely gonna get captured here in a second as the Leo 2A4 pushes through. Gets a good hit there. Oh no! Jaguar AT. Long range 8 missile coming around. The MXs go down. But there's no CV now again. So yeah, the CV, the YPR stopped back here. Leo 2A4 was supposed to be the one that captures this. And there's the GG. And the 1-0 lead here for I Am Salt. KD with 25 points in favor of AM Duzy. So yeah, you can see this was an absolute knife's edge fight throughout this game for both. And they microed it really, really well in those fights. Yeah, I'm Salt getting the reward for having this somewhat lighter division, being able to invest into the north, and AM2 not quite able to get the hard-hitting Leo 2s push through. Yeah, seed missiles killing a bit too much AA throughout the game. The kill on the M110 obviously pretty big as well. And then I'm Salt able to hold out in the south long enough to make it work here with the points. meaning that they are 1-0 in this best of 3. So that means Duzy isn't allowed to lose another game, has to win the next 2 to make it into the semifinals of Division 2. And yeah, well played here by both players. Will be interesting to see what match number 2 brings. Quick break, and then we're gonna be back with that one. So here we go. Game number 2. I'm Salt versus Duzy. Really hot matchup, but before I jump in, quick shout out to the Matcherino page, guys, where we crowdfund the tournament prize pool. And you can help out either with a donation if you want to help out directly, or by clicking the claim code button, which adds 25 cents to the prize pool. Sponsored by Matcherino. Not paid by me, not paid by you. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to click the claim code button, and they add 25 cents to the prize pool. So we have still 6 codes remaining. That's still $1.50 there that will be paid out to our lovely WARNO League players for playing the game. And you can help out paying them back for the good entertainment and their good performances here by just clicking the claim code button. So help out getting the tournament prize pool higher. And with that said, let's have a look into the action here. As on the left side, we have I'm Salt with 101st, and on the right side, Duzy with 20th Panzana. And 20th Panzana, maybe the division of the day currently. Hottest performance in group stage, 80%, 81% win rate out of a lot of games. This division really does fantastic. It got nerfed a slight bit with the BRM1 nerf, and the T55S AS got nerfed, but the T55A in it didn't just get nerfed yet. So it's still pretty similar to what it was last patch. Not all that much difference there. And on the other side, one of first, maybe the most buffed division in the last patch. As first of all, its Eagle and F-Force got longer range missiles, big help in its AA capacity. Then its Delta recon unit got 5 points cheaper, and then also its airborne aero engineers got 5 points cheaper. So yeah, it got a lot of buffs there, and especially the air ones helping out. Then the TOW 2 also going 5 points down helps out the Division 2. So really couple of nice buffs for WARNO first that will help it out a bit out of its mediocre performance beforehand, and it will be interesting to see how it plays here. Deltas with the Special Forces Humvee mean that these will move extra fast as Special Forces increase the speed of units, and that also works for the vehicles that have it. So the Humvee Delta will be able to move really fast into the center here, and the other one trying to get really deep into the north. Mi2 US will try to counter that, though with only PKTs, they likely gonna lose against the 50 cal of the Humvee, and might get shut down. We have a couple of T-55s and a T-72 here pushing through the south. BMP-1 moving in there too. Malutka P moving around. Specialny in Honkarus. Those are Special Forces Jeeps as well. They don't have forward deploy, so they aren't quite as far forward as the Humvee Delta, but they are similarly fast, so speed advantage is kind of negated with that, so they go for a bit more defensive positions here. And there we go. Moving in onto the battlefield. We have an Apache ATAS, which has air-to-air missiles and the Hellfire missiles, which are the high-end air-to-ground missiles for the helicopters. 2,800 meter range, super fast flying, can be shot on the move, unlike most other helicopters ATGMs, and 24 damage is pretty top-notch as well. Phantom coming out here, and now with its 8,400 meter range missiles, can be really good against enemy planes. It has 5 of those AM-7M Sparrows. It only has 2 Sidewinders, and those also being mediocre AM-7Js, AM-9Js. So it's not that great against helicopters, but it's a really good air superiority fighter. And outclassing the MiG-21s from the other side by a good bit. Specialny GSR getting slowly overwhelmed there. Chinook unloading the aero rifles in the north, but directly to Honkarus. Honkarus there immediately starting to stun that down. Specialny and Honkarus in the south going down. Deltas there going deep. Mi2 US getting involved. But yeah, the Honkarus really doing a fantastic job against the aero rifles in the north. Those not even trying to disengage or trying to jump close enough that they can use their AT. Big mistake there by I'm Sold. Getting overwhelmed there. Phantom trying to move around. +2 right now for I Am Sold. But Delta in the south gets overwhelmed as well. Humvee Delta, as I said, overwhelming the Mi2. Actually now engaging the coup here. Other units should help out. T-55 is around. Will get the kill there. Deltas and Delta Humvees going down. Specialny and Saperji moving forward. Saperji actually getting buffed, so actually a buff to this already really strong division. With Saperji and Saperji Stomove moving forward here. They have a light AT weapon, which is not great, but can be still pretty helpful. No AA in the north here though, so the Apache with its ATGMs and its main gun, 30mm main gun, can just let loose, get another kill there. Fly around, disengage, away from the enemy. Getting out of there. Vito over here in a good spot as well for the ambushes. Only hitting BMP-1s there though. Where the missiles might be a bit overkill. Oh, actually trying to go for T-55s there. But that means the BMP-1s are even closer now in gun range. Not sure the Vito actually wants to engage there. Well, still not spotted actually. No recon with this whole force. And yeah, very good and excellent optics are where you want to be to actually find stuff like this. Even good optics helping out a lot, but the normal optics here, finding the good stealth Humvitos doesn't happen quite as quickly. The recon was further south. T-55As getting involved. Get the kill there. Delta's next target, but a lot of infantry here now with the patrols coming around. Well, Mayutka comes around in the middle. Tries to find some hits. Can't quite find it there. Disengaging. Yeah, it's lovely how many... like, the Lynx is such a cool animal. Inspiring so many vehicles. Like, the Germans have the Lux recon vehicle. The British obviously have the helicopter. It's one of the coolest looking cats, I guess. So, also inspiring a lot of cool military vehicles. So, I must say I'm biased, but the German one is the coolest. Though in-game wise, the Honker might be the best at the moment. Or is the best, most likely. Looks in G-game currently not actually that hot. Oh no. T-72M1D actually getting routed there by the AT weapons over here. Too much stress. Has to be recovered. And the Apache is coming around from the side. That's pretty painful. Gets the kill there. Gets the stun on through the T-55s, which don't have smoke. Can't disengage. Apache ball is moving in, and that's 2 ATAs, so they also have stingers, so good luck trying to kill them with planes, because they will hit your planes with the stingers before your plane will kill them. Shilka though, that can do the job, but not 1 versus 2. Coop is not around, and yeah, 1 gets damaged by the Shilka pretty heavily, but not quite killed. And the other one does do the killing there with the Hellfire. Coop pushes back the Phantom. Now might be the time, as Phantom is pushed back, to get some MiG-21s out here to try to get the kill, but they're already too far. And yeah, the Apaches do the job, get the hell out of there. And then we have Chinox coming in from the other side. Trying to get out, trying to get some units around. Honkarus gets the Humvees down. Malitka P there, pretty helpful too. +2 with the capture of the North currently for 101st. But 101st has to be careful in the long run. They don't have that much armor. Ooh, Malyutka P missing the Humvee CP. Unfortunate. MiG-21 BIS bombers actually coming around. With decent AG loadout. Can be really deadly against the infantry that is pretty stacked in that building there. Would be a shame if some bombs happened to that. Good damage. Second one gets the kill on 1 unit on the outside. So the Sapergis now should be able to overwhelm this. But more 13 hit point arrow rifles already on the way in here. 26 more American troopers coming in to try to save the situation. Shilka and Strelas coming around. A lot more Strelas moving in. 2,825 meter range, so same range as the Apache, so the Apache can't just outrange this. Shilka slightly outranged by the helicopters, ATGMs, so you have to be a bit careful where you put it. You shouldn't just put it out in the open. There the Apaches can hunt it down. Well, it's the Stormovie and Sapergi will get the kill here against the Aero Rifle Dragons, as they're supposed to be, but with the push-up of more units from the rear, it's a bit dangerous. Oh no, Strela and BMP-1 being spotted, no smoke around. And Vito actually getting the kill, and Delta's finishing off the recon there. Same time, Delta sniping on the Sapergi, stunning them down completely as well. Forgot ATGM, only having a line of sight there for a split second, and the Aero Rifle 84 coming around to get the kill there. Center gets pushed quite hard by him, Duzy. Him trying to fly around. Piotr Smack and T-55 pushing forward. 50A and BMP-1 getting involved, getting the military police killed. BMP-1 in the north goes down. T-55A in the center goes down as well. Aero Rifle Dragon getting an ATGM fired on. Does miss though. BMP-1s stay alive. At the other side though, Humvee Tow here. Still getting some shots out. T-55A, can it find a kill? Yes, it can. Important kill there. Humvee Tow finally being rid of. Deltas should get overwhelmed here in a second as well. Really low hit points now. Picotta Smack with the SVD finishes the job. Now there only needs to be another CV here for the capture in the middle to stop the take. Salamandra coming in with guns and Malyutkas. Good against light vehicles and infantry. Once we have double 155mm artillery. Trying to hunt down the enemy AA here now. And that could be a problem long run. Shilka trying to get the hell out of there. But pretty stressed out. And Phil got killed off. Humvee CV goes down. Arrow rifles go down. Supply goats go down. So the center here now getting overrun. Is there a CV on the way? CV only starts to get in now. As we are already on 900 points. So it will likely be above 1000 points. Strelas moving around. BRM 1D should smoke off. Hasn't smoked off yet. Will get killed. Strela moving forward. Apaches disengaging. Happy with 1 kill. Don't want to get shut down. We got the smack. Immediately eating some shots. These units can't push further forward. You need to get rid of the Apaches. Really good Apache micro here. Quick fix in the front. As 40% ECM. Can survive a bit. Can dodge a couple of missiles. And also spot for the Apaches. For the ambushes. Arrow stingers coming around. We have an F-15C Eagle in the sky. And yeah, with the range buff, this one got a lot better as well. Double Sparrow flying above everything. And yep, it's getting better positioning wise now for AM Duzy, but WARNO first is holding out for now. They are somewhat soft on the ground, like there is actually not that much infantry around, especially if something might happen artillery or bomb wise to the northern position, so I'm a bit worried here. And yeah, I wonder, chat, how do you see the position of these two players right now? I feel like 20th Panzerna is starting to make it, but oh, the artillery play is good. Artillery play is good, and the infantry here over pushing a bit. And Apache's able to get a lot of damage there. Shot the smack. Miss the Humvee Delta. Trying to push forward. CV still on the way. Units in the south. Not really engaging. More BMP2s now coming to the north. But yeah, the lack of AA is a bit of an issue. And no Igla manpads that could get towards the Apaches without being shot by the ATGMs of those. Well, WARNO first, you usually use the artillery quite a bit. It's one of the advantages that they have over other airborne divisions, that they actually get 155mm artillery. And yeah, BMP 1K3 coming in towards the center. Aero scouts moving through there. More units coming in. No Danas. There we go. First Dana arriving on the battlefield. And the CV gets to capture the center. Will stop the take fully with that. And 155mm artillery. Now re-aiming towards the BMP-1. But that will... No, that actually won't move on. They get the capture, but won't move on. Strela 10 coming in for the north. Gets a Stinger there in the Humvee. And the Stinger engaging the Mi-2 US. Gets the kill there. Salamandras have to be careful now as well. MP1 KR. Disengages T-72s and T-55s on the battlefield. Whilst Dana could get involved against the northern situation here. Autoloader, heavy artillery, built in the Czechoslovakia. Could take out TOW2s, could help out with the infantry fights in the north. Whilst no tanks, no M1 IPs coming around here at all for I'm Salt. It's all light units, helicopters, infantries, artilleries, stingers. Really good play so far. Lutka P disengaging. Good point lead, obviously, and these MiG-21s might be a bit suicidal. Don't even quite hit the bombing run, but it's good enough. And the second one is good. gets the kill. No reaction from the other side. And enough AA now around that any hunt at this point would be suicidal as well. Gets through the victory once. Those can come around and at least make a suicide run again. That was big. That moved a lot from the battlefield. Both the kills here against the TOW2 and the Delta, and the kill here against the really annoyingly positioned Recon in the front line, allow a lot more maneuver on the battlefield and also reduce the knowledge level of I Am Salt by a big margin. Dana gets involved. Doesn't quite get a hit there. Gets some damage in there. Doesn't get a kill. Second Dana. Doesn't get a kill either. Units push forward. BMP2s move up. Start to overwhelm the situation. Dana on the other side disengaging. Double Dana trying to move around. The MP2s getting involved. And yeah, Coffin Launcher moving up as well. 24 minutes remaining. Getting a +2 here for AM Duzy now is a lot easier than on Vertigo. That's why I always call Mount River Vertigo. No, I call it two legs but fixed. But it's also better map design than Vertigo at this stage. Vertigo. I like the map layout on Vertigo. The zone layout, unfortunately, is pretty trash currently. Yeah, Danas could get involved here towards the rear. MP2's disengaging. Hog and Apache ATAS coming around. MiG-21 AA able to dive on one, get one killed. F4 only getting involved now. On the hunt here. Gets one hit. Gets a kill. Gets another shutout, but won't be able to get that on target as it turns away. At least one MiG-21 shut down, but the loss of the ATAS is bigger. Second F4 Phantom only now coming around. Danas here. Aiming. Shooting the artillery. And the air rifles over here won't like what's coming for them. Good quick reaction though. So, whilst they might take some damage, though the long range also not quite on target there. They only get stunned down. Actually disengaged out of the area quite quickly. CV needed here, T-72 M1D coming up. To get this back, get the capture. Dana getting involved towards the middle. Other 155mm artillery on the other side, currently pretty silent. And yeah, going for the TOW2 and the Delta again. And thanks for keeping me hydrated there. Much appreciated. MiG-21 bis. Coming around with some bombs. Gets the kill there. That's some good hits. Artillery hitting around the air, TOW2s. Not quite finding the kill there. But yeah, the MiG-21 bomber is doing its job. At the same time though, got the SMAC and SVDs getting overwhelmed in the north. CV tank coming in. Artillery here did its job though. 12-man arrow rifles 84 coming around again. Have to be kept in place for the T-55AS, which is aiming. And they're gone. Down to 3 hit points. CV tank gets in. Will get us the +2. Eagle and Phantom now hiding in the corner here. Ready to intercept whatever comes onto the battlefield. Good strategy. Using the airspace on Mount River. Air superiority's tactics there. We got the smack go down. Humvito goes down on the other side though. And the +2 with 21 minutes remaining. That's good enough here for Duzy to just get them slightly above the enemy here in points. So only need to hold now. And with the artillery advantage on the battlefield, that might be doable. It's now on Amsalt to find some infantry angle or some helicopter angle here to turn this around. Artillery on both sides pretty good. Oh, gets the resupply there. Mi2 URP gets shot down by Stingers. Dana slightly off target there. Not really finding the hit. Get the kill there in the end against the Arrow Stingers though. And can aim towards the next target, like this TOW2 over here. Or the TOW2 over there. Arrow Stingers still on the battlefield here. Got the smack. SVD moving around. Shilkas coming in onto the battlefield. Tomovi moving back. Chinook disengaging. More 155mm artillery pieces coming onto the battlefield. Okay, artillery spam is real on the side of I'm Salt. They haven't moved their artillery in a while though, so Danas actually could go for the counter battery and reduce that number 2 back to 2 again. There is an M1 IP by now on the battlefield, having better frontal armor than its opponents, but actually not really better pen. Oh, another MiG-21 run here. Gets the kill, but gets overwhelmed. Got a kill on the quick fix and a kill on the Apache ATAS, but all 3 MiG-21s pay for it with their life, but that's fine. Helicopters are the aircraft that you have to shoot down in this matchup. There are no strong bombers in the other deck, so using your MiG-21s against helicopters, that's a good one. Whilst Dana will go for the Chaparral now. Ooh, I'm Salt though with the sneaky play. Gets the CV back in there with the smoke play. And you only needs to stop the tick here for a couple of minutes to actually stay ahead on points, even against +2. Will stop the tick there. MiG-21 this and Su-22s now coming in that the bombers are all out. The fighters are all out on the other side. Chaparral's being pushed back, but they are still alive. CV goes down. 21 not really that effective, but none of them getting shut down. They get the CV and they get a Hawk. Okay, as I say that, one gets sniped Omega long range by a Chaparral. I didn't expect that missile to go out. And actually the ATAS did survive. Was it really only the quick fix that died here? Was it an... There was 2 helicopters dying here. What was the second helicopter? That's the quick fix? No, that's the Hawk that's just died. I guess it was only one before? No. Wait, what? Are there 3 ATAS in that deck? I thought there was only 2 on that deck. Okay, might be that they have 3 ATAS. Then I only take 2. Or it was another Apache that died there. No, that was Stingers on the side, so yeah. Actually. Dana's moving around. Bagot's coming in. Because we are playing on Vulcan, because that is more stable than DirectX 11, so there are no crashes or anything like that on this build. But yeah, the clouds, unfortunately, as the Vulcan API is still work in progress at Eugen's end. They just added it to the game last patch and are improved it this patch. Yeah, the clouds are an issue there. They're still a bit needing improvement with the shaders around the clouds. But it doesn't crash like the DirectX 11 version. Ooh, Phantom with the deep dive here. Gets pushed back. Might still get a hit there. Nope. And gets killed off. Cross personality going down. The CV gets back in there. Gets the recapture. Dana getting on top, but not quite. Getting the stun, getting a bit of damage, but not the kill. Not enough infantry here around to actually overtake that. 255. AS went down. MP1s coming in. Aero engineers going down. There's 4 artillery pieces now on the other side. Trying to get damage done. Scott 2A goes down. A big push towards the south might be interesting here for AM Duzy, with maybe a couple forces from the center. That could search the enemy thin as well, though obviously helicopters could rotate around, but maybe with the MiG-21 bomber softening it up, then going there would be nice. We are BMR1D here, or BVR1D in polar service, sitting around. Dana's running low on ammo now. Pick out the smack. Moving in. Hawk and Dab in the skies. Artillery trying to come for the fagot. Yeah, DirectX 11 got a bit more stable as well, though there is currently a crash around some units in Div mob. But yeah, it still has. I still have freezes on DirectX 11 version. I had them in. So, and I don't have them on Vulkan. So yeah, the clouds are a bit annoying with the rectangular shapes, and especially on some maps where they move fast, like Two Lakes, they are really a bit distracting. But hopefully that gets fixed in a hotfix. Eugen is working on one right now. A couple of things there, like for example the crashes in Div mob and so on. But yeah, for now, Vulkan is the better version for me for sure. Ambito gets a good hit there. Eagle gets a hit. Shilka and Coop trying to hit the Phantom. Yeah, the freezes are somewhere between DirectX 11, Nvidia, and Eugen's engine. Like, all three not really working well together currently. And as Eugen has their own engine, they can't just go to, like, they are not on a priority list for Nvidia, like something like Unity would be. So Nvidia isn't fixing any issues that Eugen has at their end with their graphics card currently. And yeah, Eugen didn't figure out a complete way to fix the issues yet either on their end. Reducing them for most, but not eliminating them. And I've heard some people actually having it worse on the last patch than before. So yeah, a bit annoying there. Eagle goes down. On the other side, the MiG-21's actually surviving. So the old Eagle times are not fully over. And yeah, the Coop's getting them down on the way out. That's the issue when you try to go for the enemy rear shot. First of all, if you get hit in the wrong turn, the MiG-21s can stun you down, and then if you have to retreat, you fly over the Coops. And Eagle getting killed. But yeah, valuable time being bought here, 12 minutes something. And AM Duzy still has to get some kills. Gets the counter artillery here against all of these guys, as they are only now loading back in, but they are loading back in. Oh no, only 2 of them. Okay. Dana actually firing. Okay, they are now moving. Humvee CP might actually die. Nope. Artillery lands off target there. And yeah, AM Duzy needs to get the move on here, but keeps on losing some units whenever they tried pushing. So the KD here actually not that bad for our player in blue. Helicopters did help out holding the defense. And the loss of the T-72 M1D here in the middle is currently being paid in points quite heavily here. As AM Duzy needs to capture this northern zone there right now, as that would be 80 points per minute with 1130. That still would not be enough actually. AM Duzy now needs a +4 here. We don't have that yet, and there's not enough infantry right now on the battlefield. MI2 US goes down. And yeah, helicopters and artillery here constantly firing. More and more helicopters getting around. Dabs, ATAs, Hawks, all here. We have a good amount of Strelas and Shilkas now. On the other side, Saperji moving in as well. Strelas here in a decent spot as well. But yeah, the Danas haven't gotten any real value lately. So to trying to move around. Salamandra moving around. Honkarus and T-72 getting the kills there. BMP-1 goes down. Her rifles get killed off. T-55, 155mm getting some kills there. 2 more moving around. Vito trying to find a kill there. BMP-2 getting killed. BRDM. BMR-1 going down in the middle. And the Danas once more off target here. The artillery of Duzy hasn't found value in a long time now. And that's a big issue, as the artillery on the other side does find value. And Duzy is the one that needs to push here. Get some Saperji out. MiG-21, this AA coming in. Push. A-click time has come soon. Oh, MiG-21s with the chaparrals have to be careful. Dana could fire in that direction, but they will all move. Keep them agile. Artillery firing towards the Saperji positions here. We'll try to rip them off. B2 goes down here. Yeah, Dana didn't get the kills there. Saperjis will get overwhelmed. There they go. Honkarus goes down. Salamandra engaging with the chaparrals. Move forward. Get the kill there. More tanks coming in. MiG-21 is plop still around, but no infantry here. Infantry being taken out by the artillery again. And without the infantry, you can't push this area. There is no way yet you can push into these forest lines with 84s in them. Salamandra goes down to the shrubbery. 3 Strelas here in the rear. But yeah, Apaches and Hawks sitting ready to fly off. MiG-21s. They shouldn't dive in here right now. They try to go for the quick fix. That's a mistake. With the chaparrals. Like, they get the kill there, but at what cost? Likely at least 2 of them going down there with 2 more missiles. Yep, one of them finds the hit. Tank CV does push forward, but the 84s are too much. This won't budge. And MiG-21 bis goes down again. T-72 gets overwhelmed. M1D gets pushed out, and time is running out here. Dana trying to get around, trying to get some kills. M1IP goes down. M1D goes down on the other side though. And yeah, the 155mm artillery pieces here doing their job. Delta goes down on the other side. Dana will get the kill against the TOW 2. Rozpesnialny overwhelmed by the arrow rifles. Arrow rifles over here falling back again. Well, center units here not really able to participate. And 7 minutes 7, that means even a +4 will get close. And yeah, M1IP moving forward. 155mm artillery pieces re-aiming. Will go for the kills here. TOW 2 immediately will get the shot off and likely get the kill there already. Yes, one wet TOW 2. 70% accuracy there. Finds the hit. Got the smack moving forward. Arrow rifles moving in as well. And T-72 M1s here trying to get in, but no real targets anymore and no real space to move. Not enough infantry around. As all of that got eaten up. Malyutka P moving around, getting some shots out. Vito being pushed back. MiG-21 bis. NHEs coming in. Good hits there. Planes falling back. Helicopter plop moving towards the center. 2 Strellas around there. But not quite in the right spot to help out in this fight yet. And if they have to get closer, they will run into rocket range. And into TOW2 range. EA coming around, getting a hit against the dub. 20% ECM though. And the helicopter formation does do its job. Gets the T-72M1 and opens up the center for that. As the push comes in. F-15 coming around. Dab goes down. Strela versus Hawk. Hawk gets on top of it. One of them gets routed, but the other one does get the job done. F-15 actually goes down on the way out here, but still does enough damage. And here comes the helicopter push now, just pushing through M1IP, moving to the center, getting the capture there. And with that, the US WARNO first is on the road to victory here now. Will get the tick up. Counter attack in the north not working out. And there we have the GG. As WARNO first does it here. And that's a long time, I think, since we have seen the WARNO first doing that. Actually, I will have to check the league stats. There has been a great post with the league stats. I will share that in the chat in a second as well. By the lovely Fat Kid. The Discord user Fat Kid. That's his own name. I'm not calling him that. And yeah, what actually are the stats here? Let's have a look. Division win rate, 101st. How many times did this division even get played before today? Where's the 101st? Right on top. Okay, yeah. 50% win rate before, 6 picks in the group stage out of 200 somewhat picks, 290 picks. So, yeah. Okay, division win rate wise, obviously, 50%, that's fine. 6th place is not amazing, but not terrible either. Like, yeah, bit below, but on the median. Not. And yeah, in the end, they do hold here. Good ATAS play, good Apache play, and that does win you games. It's pretty strong now with the fighters that can protect them. Like, that's an important buff for WARNO first. The issue with past patches was that you couldn't really protect them with your F-15s and F-4s. Though even though the F-4s and F-15s still didn't perform that well this game, being caught in the wrong spots a couple of times. But the ATAS did get into the right spots there. And 155mm artillery pieces here doing a really good job as well. And then the infantry was in the right spot to stop vehicles from moving in, being chonky, having 84s, and yeah, job well done here. Malutka P on the other side. MiG-21s did a good job as well, but just an overwhelming air force. And the Danas did start good, but didn't finish the job. Like, they just didn't hit anything anymore, but the enemy artillery did, and that obviously was a problem there. Not getting rid of all that much later on. Like, Dana's not even paying off in points, and that's not where you want them to be. Like, usually they should have at least the same list as the 155mm artillery piece up here. Yeah, it's actually longer because they have the faster firing gun, so they get the HE out a bit faster. But in the end, GGVP here to Imsalt, getting the 2-0 victory, and moving on to the semifinal here, where they will face either Nocturna or Ghost Dragon. And yeah, GGVP to Duzy as well, as I messed it up there. Obviously, it's Axis that got that game. And once more, if you want to check out Duzy's channel, where they cover all their games as well, you can do that in the chat. So yeah, good run there by Duzy in this season. Still good group stage phase here. 3 wins against these players. So yeah, job well done there. And then Axis getting through now though. Nocturna versus Ghost Dragon. Should be an exciting one. I'm not quite sure how good Ghost Dragon currently is. I know Nocturna is fantastic. Ghost Dragon just has a really cool strategy usually as well, so pretty excited there. But yeah, we're gonna end it here for today, as my voice is starting to disappear and it's getting late here as well. So yeah, we're gonna finish it off. I was on the phone all day on work and on calls, and now I talked for another 3 hours, so that's good enough. We're gonna send you away, and we're gonna be back with more streams on Sunday and more league casts, and then also the WARNO action in the in the 2v2 campaign, which is going fantastically. Like, it's so much fun, and it's also pretty balanced. I love it. The 2v2 campaign is really the most fun I had playing WARNO in a long while, so I'm really excited to continue that. And yeah, with that said, see you there, guys. And yeah, will you send you over now to Zoomer Real, who rated us the last couple of days, and we rated them. So let's continue that as they're over at